Hello, good day. My name is Rakesh Lalchan. I'm here with Shivan, Davi, and today we are here to show you how to set up a DHCP server. Okay, so first we have to set up network. So we need to go in network and sharing center. Right click on network. We will go into open network and sharing center. Then change adapter settings. Then we right click the adapter, properties. Then we go down to IPv4 properties. Here we need to set up a static IP address. So we need to click use following IP address. And I am using the IP address 192.168.0.1 for the server with a subnet mask of 255.255.255.0, and I want the DNS to be the same IP address as the server, which is 192.168.0.1, and for the default gateway I want it to be 192.168.0.2, which is the IP address of the router that we are using. I just save this. Okay, so right now I'm using a virtual machine, so if you go down into host network manager, you can see the IP address for the router is 192.168.0, which we have set to our default gateway. We need to remember that for a DHCP server in Windows Server, it needs to be static, because we need that to be static while only the client machines are using DHCP. Right, as you can see, our server's IP address is 192.168.0.1. So we need to go into DHCP and tools to set up our server. If you have not already set up DHCP, what you can do is go into roles and features and click next, then role-based features installation, then next. Select server from pool and our server to download.osv.com, and then you check DHCP server and then next and install, and that's about it. Okay, so now we go into tools, then enter DHCP. What we are going to do is we are going to set the scope that we want the DHCP to use. So first we bring down the list in the left, and then we go into IPv4. You right click on IPv4, and then here you can see a set of options. What we are going to do is select new scope, and then the scope menu has come up, so we press next. You can enter any random name for our scope. Right now I'm currently using scope. and then we press next. Then from here we set up our starting IP addresses that we want to distribute. I want to do 192.168.0.1, I mean .20, and then our range ends at 192.168.0.100. Our subnet mask is 255.255.255.0, and then click next. Here we have hit the exclusions menu. Currently I am not going to use any exclusions, so I can just press next. And this is the least duration. I'm going to leave it at 8 days, so I'm just going to press next. And then yes, I want to configure these settings now. Here we enter the IP address of our router, which is 192.168.0.2. And then we press add. Then next. Then for parent domain, which has already been set up, which is osp.com, and the IP address of our server is 192.168.0.1. We press next and we finish. And if you have any Win servers, then you can enter them here, but I am currently not using Win servers, so I'm just pressing next and then activate the scope now, and then press next. Finish. Right, so as you can see, a scope has been created. Let's just open this. And you can see address pool, which has our set limits for distributing IP addresses. Our list doesn't have any because we have not used any client machines on this DHCP server yet. To close these things off, as you can see, we have one little step to complete, which is enabling the DHCP server, or authorizing it. So we can just go into that and click next. Then we click commit. And that's about it. So what we are going to do now is we are going to go into our client machine. Currently I'm going to be using Windows Vista, but you can use basically almost any operating system you need. Okay, so as you can see, when we have logged into our Vista machine, we are given the option to set up our osp.com network. So all I can do is just click home or work. Either one will work for the DHCP server. So I clicked home and then I just exit these things. What you need to do if you don't already have your network set up is you need to go into your network sharing center. So you can right click, go into network and sharing center. From here we need to go into manage network connections. Right, and here you can see your adapter. We right click our adapter, click properties, continue, and now we need to go into IPv4 and properties, and here you need to click automatically obtain IP address and automatically obtain DNS. Then we close off, or accept and close off. And then you can go into details, and here you can see the distributed IP address, the default gateway, which is the router, and then our DHCP server and DNS, which is 1. Now what we need to do is we need to go back into our server to verify that it has been leased out. So I'm just going to switch off over to my server now. Right, so now in our leases it should update. Let me just refresh this page and we'll see. Right, as you can see, Windows Vista has been given the IP address of 192.168.0.20.